Welcome to the Make It Gonna Make. I'm Jimmy G. This is my first look at Direwolf Digital's Dune Imperium on iOS, Android, and Xbox. I'm checking it out on my Pixel 6. Let's take a look. Going into the AI. So let's take a look at versus AI mode. Pretty typical here. AI type, you can go through normal, Hegel, AI difficulty, mercenary, medium, and then hard. The mercenary shows you how it changes the different resources. And then leader selection, of course, you can change those up so that you have different types of leader selection. So it's very much like the Steam version. So far, it's been easy to navigate. And then at the leader selection here, if I just pause, very much like when you're on Steam, giving you each leader you can look at. You can still easily find your IR here, the Imperium row. What I do like, they've changed up for this format, is the leaders at the bottom of the screen going from left to right rather than stacked up vertically, and pretty clearly laid out what order you're in. So I'll be the first player. I'm picking last. I know I'm going to pick first. That wasn't always clear for me on the Steam one. So this is a nice little improvement. Pretty easy to read the Imperium row in this view. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So here we are in the game. I'm going to go off video now so you can get a full look at this screen. I went with the Baord just to see what that master stroke might look like. Blown up the screen, of course, for video. But on the phone, my Pixel is a decent size. Pretty easy to read. And this is interesting here. So the layout of the board is different because they needed to compact it. And it's almost like they did it in columns, or you could look at it as rows. And it's a good use of space. I like it. The one thing that I would have liked to see them do is reverse these two. I would have liked to see research in this fourth position and Siege Tabor in the bottom, because when you're on the physical board or even on the Steam version, we start over here with this would be the Arakeen space, and then Carthage, and then just a little bit lower we would have research, and then right here we would find Siege Tabor. And just out of familiarity, I would have liked to have seen these two reverse, because I'm expecting Siege Tabor to be the bottommost of these city board spaces. This one is very different too, but fine, because it's it does make sense that this is going to be Great Flats would be the bottommost of the desert locations. Nice amount of space here. The fourth player goes there, and when the moves start making, the agents start moving, you can clearly see the cards that they played, and the agent is going to the board. So let's take a look at the agent moving. Nice, you can still see, have that little green space dust matching your player color, moving all around the board, so you clearly know where you're taking your agent to. Hitting the button was pretty easy. Hitting these spaces, I mean. So it was easy to select my bump for the Spacing Guild, and just as easy to select that full space card to go into my discard. And this is what I mean. You can see cards coming up, easy to read. And we jump up, and this is me cycling through the Imperium row. So you just put your finger down there, and you can easily see these smaller cards, which is great. Graphics move pretty well. It's not as smooth as on your computer, and the better phone you have, maybe the faster graphics you'll see. So here's one issue that I ran into, and it's not a huge issue, but as I was putting my finger to go over the cards in the Imperium row to buy on my reveal turn, starting here with Carry All. I put my finger down on here, and the card comes up in the middle, and it's very easy to see. Same thing when I go to Chris Knife, easy to see. But now I hit Fremen Camp, and what you can't tell from the video is I'm putting my finger right here on Fremen Camp, and as doing so, I'm actually blocking my downward view of seeing that card. So it's not totally obstructed, but there is partial obstruction, so you can't fully see that card when you push on it, touch it to call it out to make it larger. And it's really card 3, 4, and 5. So the same thing with Sardaukar Infantry. I make it bigger. I'm obstructing the view by touching it, making it bigger. But then the reserve cards are just fine. You can make those bigger, and there's no obstruction. And this is me just testing it, going back through. So there is going to be a slight bit of obstruction in seeing your cards when you make them bigger in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th slot. All right, let's take a look at how some of the settings are. So again, it feels exactly like it does on Steam. It moves pretty fast. It has all the functionality that you have on your computer. So it's going to be a pretty easy transition if you're going from phone to computer. Now let's take a look at the action log. And again, it's pretty easy to read even on a smaller screen. The one thing you can't do is put your finger down on any one of these and get a call out. So you're going to have to just rely on being able to read the action log. And you can switch back and forth between the action log and the cards that have been acquired. So just hitting the plus button in the bottom right hand corner will then switch you between what every agent has done and every card that has been picked up along the way. All right, let's take a look at some of the other parts of the game: challenges, skirmish, and the lobby. So here's our challenges. It looks very much like the Steam game. You can go scroll through and get them. Pretty easy to see which challenges you've done, what are left. And the same thing with the skirmish. It's a really nicely done platform. You can read the rules modifiers, what you need to do. The leaderboard is legible. It's not so small that you have to blow up your screen or hold it close to your eyes. So far the experience has been really great. I mean, minor annoyance with my fat fingers get in the way of me seeing the cards that I want to. When we take a look at the lobby, you can see there are a fantastic number of people in here. It's not usually this busy, and I think that's because of the cross-platform nature, being able to play on your phone, tablet, and on your computer. It's opened up to iOS, so there's a whole new user base. Xbox brings in more people, so there's going to be more games to be had with this iteration, and that's good news for everybody who wants to play Dune. A lot of asynchronous games being set up. And that's it. Really nice iteration from Direwolf. Well done. But I got to fold space out of here. Excuse me.